First off, how y'all doing? It's me, Rodney, OG. Anyways, I hope everybody been blessed as well as I've been. I know it's been a little minute since I've been able to come on and talk with y'all, and wanted to let y'all know that one thing I noticed is that my God is my God is nothing to play with. you know, it's been times that we could be hard headed and we don't realize how hard headed we be, and we be naive to the point when we're blind at how we are. And God showed me so much about who I am, and I appreciate that. One thing about this journey is I've been loving the fact that I've been able to spend time with my actual family. I take I took heed from a little quote what I got from a friend of mine saying spend time with your family sometime. Take the time to do that, and I've been taking that time and it felt good. I never felt so much love in my life, and I appreciate God for showing me that people do love me. It was so many times when I just be bitter for no reason. I sit here and just be upset and offended for nothing. Something from years ago, and I was like, nah, man, you need to chill out with that. You realize that's what's hindering your blessings, right? This is why it feels like you're in a cycle. This is why I feel like you can't get anywhere. All of a sudden you just hit zero. And sometimes God got to do you like that. So, one thing for sure is I will never hesitate to try my best to see what I'm doing wrong. It's just been so long since I had to do that. And it hit me so hard, and it had to. That's how it strengthens me. And I appreciate that. One thing about it is it it's something that goes down throughout life a lot with us, especially as African American men and women. Beautiful queens and kings. The devil don't want to see you follow your dreams. Don't want to see you achieve. So he gonna want to be lurking in your ear from time to time, stir you to the wrong direction, to lead the other person to the wrong direction, and that person lead the other person to the wrong direction. That's just how you want to do it. So we got to be careful because that spirit of offense, that's that bitterness, it can self destruct at some point, to the point when you say something wrong to a family member or somebody else that make them feel like, dang, you really feel like that. So we just gotta be careful, and use our not only our minds, is we gotta learn how to not use our minds because it could play tricks on us. It's something that can be on our mind for over 20 years or something, just sitting on replay. Ain't even the right thing what happened in the scenes, but it just made some up just from your perspective. So we got to be careful. And the devil know how to attack you from the inside. All you got to do is bring up memories that you had in your head trapped, saying, this is what drive me to be this and that, because it was just little bad memories that just happened, just because it just happened. Just because at some point in time the devil had a little control over one little part. That's it. Don't give that to him though. That was just his little win right there. Don't give that to him. He don't need that win. But anyways, I wanted to read from the book of the 100 most important Bible verses for dealing with your emotions. It's one of my favorite books. Told y'all need to look it up. Go get it. And the thing I looked up was bitterness. Now the scripture is from Ephesians 4:31 through 32, through the New King James Version. King James. LeBron, now let me stop. Um, Bitterness. Beware of bitterness. Let all bitterness, wrath, anger, clamor, whatever that is, I gotta look it up, and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice, and be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God and Christ forgave you. Point blank, and that's it. We gotta understand that it gets heavy at times, and we could feel like we're alone, and we gotta not feel like that because God put people in your life for a reason. He's put certain ones, even if you think they ain't there for that reason. You steady telling them you don't need the blessings that He sent you. Every little thing I told y'all last video. I said, nah. I said I don't spend too much of my life, faulting out the blessings that He give me, not considering them blessings, not treating them like blessings. Everything from the place I had to the job I had to the abilities I had to my family I had. I abused it. And I told them I wasn't gonna do it no more. And that's just how you gotta do. Well, what I did to try and overcome once I figured out the problem, my spirit of bitterness, I said, nah, man, we got to fix this because it's not of God. If you trying to get closer to God, you have to fix that. Remember. So what I did was what I practiced was what was the key? Hold on. My bitterness. Yes. Yes, all of that anger, that aggression, just from mm-mm. Yes, Lord. It's a wonderful thing because I can sit here and say that I came here and for the past few days I can just feel the presence of God. And I don't act like he's imaginary, like, oh, you gotta imagine that he there. He right here with you. No, yeah, it's for sure. He right here, real. You feel it, then you start to see that, then it makes you talk right, walk right, act right at times. Like, let me tighten up because God looking at me. That's the first thing that comes to my mind. Even when I get into arguments and stuff, get in an argument, think about it, breathe, get some air. I learned that from my queen. Learned that from her. Breathe, give her some space, give me some space, etc. And then come back and we can talk about it, and we bring back love. Heck, we can pray together. It's no, give each other that little space, so we won't provoke. That's one thing about it. We don't realize when we provoke, that's a sin alone. God, they tell you, we gotta train to not explode when they explode. It's not you get me back, I get you back. That's not none of that. Everybody needs to learn how to just love each other, be there for each other, have grace, just like God has grace for us. And because it's a treacherous world, the devil out to turn everybody. And one thing he do is he easily get the family members. So we gotta watch for that. Even the ones we think ain't no good, keep praying for them. Keep acting like they some. Keep praying to God that they transform because God can transform anybody. I'm a firm believer at that. Like, look at me. I went back in the days when I was on Facebook, just yeah, God good to me, man. Saying little scriptures like, yeah, no weapon formed against the possible. You know what I'm saying? But in reality is anything is possible. All things. I gotta stop saying anything is possible. Now, everything is possible through Christ. All right. Anybody could change. All right. So don't sit here and act like you want them to stay that way. We gotta stop. They tell you about the power of the tongue, and we gotta stop saying they'll never change. Nah, we gotta start saying they're gonna change. They're gonna change so everybody can feel good. That more of the power of God can be through our family, so that more that love of God and that faith can be passed down to their children. That's what we got to do. Even if we got to call them occasionally, we say if we see the problem. When you're drunk, you talk like this and talk like that. Well, they tell the truth. Some of the truth. So go make plans to go hang out with them next week. Something like that. I mean, that's the least I can do. Make plans so you can wind up praying with them or something. Who knows? But either way, you know, try, man. That's just like when I was riding down the road to my interview. Um, I'm wrestling back from driving back from town from Gainesville, and I see this red car and this lady standing on the road, and she looked like she needed help. So it was in me to turn around. Any other time I wouldn't. I like, man, but it's just in me to check and see. So I did. I went around and checked. Turns out she's waiting on the kids to get off the bus. I'm looking like, oh my bad. But she was just she appreciated that. This lady was like, wow, he didn't even have to do that. I was like, I'm sorry. I was just making sure you ain't need to jump or help pushing your car or something. And I was like, bless you, man. And that was great like that. That right there could probably lure her to more a light direction towards the day. Maybe she wasn't feeling good. Maybe she was having a bad day. And that little gesture, I gotta pronounce that right. That little gesture. Now let me stop. That little thing probably affected her mind or her mind frame all throughout the day. That part when I say be blessed, she gonna continue to be blessed from that point. And I'm glad I can be somebody that can do that. Like I just thank God, and I just had to get on, tell y'all I'm cool, everything all right. I thank everybody for the prayers. I saw the last video. Everybody on Facebook watched it. Everybody on TikTok got all these views and stuff. That means I got a whole lot of people praying for me. And that's one thing about prayer. Prayer be working. That's why I tell y'all, man, somebody in your family or one of your friends, you want them to change. You can't change them. You can't. I'm telling you, but prayer can change anything. You keep forgetting. We said God, he could anything is impossible. So why can't he change those who we think they can't change? Trust me, he been changing a lot, and I've been watching it. I've been witnessing it. So I know it's proof. So it can happen to them. It can happen to them. You or you. Trust me, it can happen. Everything is possible. You better stop thinking now. Boy, I'm telling you, God is watching us. We got to tighten up. We're gonna tighten up. Wild Flow will be back on soon. Um, I'm trying to get right. I'm over here. I got another job lined up. I got an interview in the morning. Got a couple of ones. Got a couple of ones. So keep me in your prayers. Thank y'all. Thank everybody on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, everybody on IG. I thank everybody on Twitch, all my followers. I thank everybody on my Twitter. I don't really be on my Twitter, so they don't count. But we gonna change that. Everybody who I mess with in the Discords, PSN, Xbox, what else I do? I'm everywhere, man. Y'all better quit playing with me. No, but God is good as well. And I can't keep I can't stop saying that. So y'all make sure y'all have a good day. Um, keep me in your prayers. Keep my family in your prayers. Keep my wife's family in your prayers. Keep everybody family in your prayers. I, I'm sorry, I said wife, but keep my friends' family. No, I said it right. No, keep my wife's family in your prayers. I'm, I'm telling you, keep her and her family. Keep your family in your prayers too. All right, please. And if you ain't talked to that person who you be thinking about, who you can't stand, please call them. Like, don't be like me, how I was saying, no, I'm gonna wait and see if they're gonna call me. And no, that ain't how you do it. God got the thought in your head for a reason. You make the call. You do it. Trust me, you do it. Enough that next thing you know, they're gonna be doing it to you. You be like, damn, why they keep calling me? So yeah, God has blessed me. He keep blessing me. And so I know he gonna bless y'all. Thank everybody. This OG Rodney, man, aka God's Ride. I love y'all, man. GG's, man.